A nice thing about Flutter is that it's very minimal and allows you to organize your project any way you'd like. When working on a Flutter app, or any software project for that matter, I like to organize my code into features. If you look at the source code on the complete project, you'll see that I have a bunch of directories here like about, home, login, quiz, and so on. For the most part, each one of these directories represents a screen in the application. Each directory has a Dart file inside of it with the same name as the directory itself. That's the root screen or widget. Then it may have other files inside of it that are used by that screen only. Now there are two special directories here, services and shared, that contain code that is used by all of the screens. The shared directory contains things like navigation bars, loading spinners, and things like that are used throughout the entire application. You'll notice that there's also a shared.dart file in this directory, and when you open it up, you can see that it exports the code from all the other files. This is known as a barrel pattern, and it's a pattern that will help keep your imports more concise, because now if you want to import multiple components from the shared directory, you can do it with a single import instead of 4 different imports. And there's even a VS Code plugin that will actually create this barrel pattern for you. And that can be really nice because writing the code for these exports can be really tedious. Now, the services directory is kind of like the shared directory, except that it doesn't export widgets, but rather classes that are concerned with things like data and user authentication, or any utility code that you might need throughout the entire application. And finally, at the root of the application, we have things that are global, like our routing configuration and theme. That gives us a fairly simple and easy to follow project structure. And of course, you're free to organize things however you see fit for your project. What I'd like you to do now is create a directory and Dart file for each screen in the application. There are 6 screens in total: about, home, login, profile, quiz, and topics. Inside each file, add a stateless widget with the name of the screen. Remember, you don't need to write this code from scratch. Instead, leverage a snippet like I showed in the VS Code video.